Welcome everyone to the call. Julie Renee here with Beautiful from the Inside Out Lighten Up program. And I'm excited to hear about your miracles, what's been changing for you. I know I'm super happy with the results I'm getting. So are you on the fast track or the slow and steady wins the race track? So let me know how you're doing. Definitely sign in. And I had some big wins this week. So, you know, baby in tow and wanting to make these changes, but not so that it strains us too much. I was able to do all my juicing for the week, and I just finished up the green juicing today. So I have juice in the freezer for the whole week. I just pull out in the morning. And so I'm doing apple, carrot, and green juice like 5 times a day, along with a very healthy meal plan that also reverses joint problems. So I am super excited. Haven't gotten the supplements added in yet, but I figured I'd just do one step at a time. Did any of you do the liver flush? You know, I tested that I can do that in about 3 weeks. Last week it was 4 weeks. So I figure after Valentine's Day, I'll be doing the liver flush. And we might have a little, yeah, she'll be a little bit older. She may be sleeping through the night at that point, which would be helpful. So let me know how it's going for you. I think the other thing that I was excited about, even though I didn't see the scale go down, I am at the lowest weight I've been at in a year. I didn't see the scale go up either. It stayed really kind of in that mark of, you know, exactly within an ounce every day that I was stepping on it. So I'm like, okay, well, that's good. So not going up, I'm in the right direction. And that makes me feel really happy too. Trinity and Rosa and Irina and Saval and Alani and Bee and Laura. Happy to be here at Trinity. I was fast-tracked. Now I'm slow and steady due to life requirements, juicing lots, and now some healing soups. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, it's so interesting with the Gerson diet, and that's one for healing arthritis. Let's see if we can get this a little bit brighter. There we go. When I noticed it, you know, they want you to eat a lot of potatoes because you're not eating meat and you're really not eating much in the way of oils and some of the other things that you would normally have in your diet. And so they have you have potatoes for lunch and supper in some way, whether it's in a soup or it's some kind of a potato or something like that. So the healing soups are really great, and the raw juicing is spectacular. So that's great. Trinity, fantastic. Laura, can you please scan the back of my throat? Okay, so I don't do scans, but if you want me to check and see if you have an entity in the back of your throat, I will. I never call it a scan. That would be a clairvoyant reading, which I don't do. But yes, I will look. Yes. Let's see. So actually, let's save that for later in the class because we want to, of course, get started with our clearing. And so that's Laura. So Laura, once we get our clearing started, let's look at that. And then Jan, hi to everyone. I did the liver and gallbladder flush Sunday and Monday, lost 6 pounds. All right, yay. I know I'm thinking my body's getting ready for that, and that's why it's kind of like stationary. But the other thing for me that's been so joyful is that I've been finding a way to prioritize and get my little salads made and my juices done, and feels like life is not quite spinning out of control like it was a few weeks ago. So I'm thrilled with that. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations, Jan. Okay, well, let's get started with the love wisdom affirmation, and then we'll go on to our clearing. So we'll do our standard beginning of class. I am free to live a life of spiritual freedom and full self-expression, liberated in love, gratitude, and mastery in this body here and now. My spirit is limitless. I am responsible for any limits I experience in this body and have complete access to the divine through prayer and contemplation to release myself from any human bonds I have worn as spiritual clothing that no longer resonate with my essence. Vakrutunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Devo Sarva Kayeshu Sarada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parad Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Dum Durgaye Namaha Om Aim Saraswati Swaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We're going to pop down to the clearing and then we're going to come back for the demonstration. And I just wanted to show you, this was the big clearing we did last year. So that's what we did. Look at how tiny it is compared to what we're doing this year. So a lot has changed in a year, right? So much has changed. So that's the entire clearing for the January class, and people got a great result. But look at what we're doing now. So if you're noticing that you're dropping weight or you're gaining weight, if you wanted to gain weight, and it's easier, look at why. Look at the reason why. Because this is just so much more. We're just doing so much more in the clearing. There we go. So you're going to be pumping with the quantum pump. Just a quantum pump, I think, is going to be what we'll be working on today, is a quantum pump. And then I'm going to go up and do the demonstrations, and I'll go ahead and greet and start answering questions too. I know there's a lot of questions. But clearing right permission and ability to be free of addiction and compulsion, enjoying a fabulous diet, nutrition, and loving to eat healthy, well-balanced meals. To also enjoy fun and toning exercise with grace and ease, removing domination, suppression, and control. So that's a pretty awesome clearing. All right, and then the two things we're going to do is quantum pump demonstration and muscle testing. So quantum pump, first of all, is the elbow down at the side and that hand pumping forward. There's a great deal of satisfaction, isn't there, for those of you who have started the weight loss. I can see how different I am from 3 months ago. And I look at myself here on the live stream and I'm like, oh, she's slimmed down a little. It looks good. So that's the quantum pump. The quantum pump works because we're working with the quantum field. It's not an energy healing. So we're accessing that oneness field of particles vibrating. And we're setting an intention with our mind. And then we're pumping to rearrange the particles in the field so that we have a better result. So that is what we're up to with the pump. Double pump looks like this. Haven't been able to see one of these for a while because Adelia's been in my arms. But this is how it looks with a double pump without a baby in my arms. And then the platter looks like this. This hand forward, hand like that. And I'm really working on getting all of you to keep your this all kind of neutral all the way up, so it just kind of stays neutral. And when you're pumping, keep this pretty neutral too, so that it's not irritating the wrist. So that's my best advice on that. The flutter, if you're doing it, say outside of class, you're hiking or something, and you're wanting to do it while you're hiking. There's the flutter, just at the side. Platter is always only one hand, so never do platter with two hands. The quantum pump you can do with two hands. Chopping is done with two hands, and if you want to, you can do the flutter with two hands. You don't have to. And then there's a foot pump where essentially you're just making your foot go forward with your ankle, and that's about 70% effective for most people. So if you wanted to switch out and give your arms a break, you could do the foot pump. Okay. Oops. Oh dear, sorry. I totally gave you. I didn't realize I have yesterday's. So sorry. We have the wealth one up for whatever reason. Let's not closed it out. Okay, here we go. Right one. There we go. All right. So everybody is doing the quantum pump, and we're working on this clearing. This huge, huge clearing. Lots of stuff to clear here. And lots of comments. Okay, so Laura, you were the one who asked about your throat, a metallic feeling. Let's see. So I'm just going to quickly go through the chart with the spiritual interferences. Reptoid 5, portals and mechanisms. That might be it. I'm not seeing, you know. Okay, that looks like that is the spiritual interference that's causing the problem. So that'd be what I would clear, and you can clear it with chopping. Chopping would be the best. Okay, and then Christy. Hi, Julie Renee and Adelia from Canada. Feeling a big change starting to happen for me. Lost 2 pounds so far and finding it easier to make healthy change happen. The Accelerate Wealth clearing yesterday for discipline and structure really has helped. That's fantastic, Christy. Yeah, I felt it that way too. I think for me, I just don't like green juice, but I had bought green stuff on Sunday, and this morning I got up and said, I've got to make the green juice right now. And it was just wired in that I have that discipline to do that, even if I don't. And then I know that the diet guide says that you can mix half green juice with carrot and apple juice. And I did it today, and it actually tasted really good because you can't taste the green juice. It's kind of drowned it out with the carrot and the apple, which I like. Colleen Madonna, Julie Renee, I'm working up to the liver cleanse. I'm doing the 6-day prep with the book of Andreas Motz, the book, and have prepared for the most benevolent outcome. Fantastic. That's great. B, I'm finding it very difficult to be motivated to cut down on sugar in my diet. Any tips and help, please? B, today is probably the day for that, in that it's free of addictions and compulsions, and sugar is a compulsive, addictive substance. But I think, let me come back on the screen a little bit and talk with you, because I definitely I've got a sweet tooth. And what I shifted to, and it's really interesting because it is quite a bit different, even though it's sugar, I shifted to figs and dates and prunes for my sweet tooth when I was wanting something. And I just have a big, beautiful kind of pastry glass and a little tray thing that's really pretty on the counter that's just loaded with dried fruit. And what's really interesting is the transition off of sugar was pretty effortless when I was having 5 dates, which is totally crazy. You shouldn't have 5 dates. It's a lot of calories. But my body was adjusting, and the dried fruit helps, with actually fiber and moving things through the body. So you might try that, because I was kind of going way overboard and eating a lot of it for a while. What I've noticed is, well, I'm not really interested in it. And what was really cool is I'm getting ready for a reception for Adelia. Her baptism is on Sunday. And I picked up a few things in case I may have the time to, who knows, make chocolate chips or Rice Krispie bars or whatever. So I got a few things that I could do. And, I took a few bites of it and I go, I'd rather have a date. So if you do it gently and you just are, I think the other thing that I've been doing is I've been telling myself that I eat the food and I exercise the way a 125-pound woman does, which is my goal weight. I'm 136 pounds right now. And so I've been I've kind of adjusted myself to, I'm eating enough for the weight of 125 pounds, healthy, strong, vibrant, slim, and beautiful. And I have, you can't see me in person, but I have a small bone structure. So I can get heavier. It's in my family, but my family doesn't have a small bone structure. Somehow I got very small shoulders and very small ribs. And so for me, lightening up means that I'll be more comfortable in my skin, because I don't have the bones for a big body. So I'm excited about that. So try that, see if that works. And you use the weight. So if you're going for 150 pounds or whatever it is, you're eating the nutrition, you're enjoying the food and exercise of that weight. And it did really shift in me internally. So I noticed that I'm going out to eat, I'm eating half the meal, which is fine. And I can either take it home and have it for supper, or I can just let it go back to the kitchen and say, no, I had enough, I'm satisfied. Have some of you noticed that you're more disciplined? Maybe it's easier to just stop instead of just eating until the plate is empty, but just stopping when I feel full. I feel like this is good. So I'm hoping that that's happening for you guys. I think the meditations, prayer, the exercise, the clearings all together are just incredible. So hopefully that will help. Ilani, that's a very strange circumstance. I actually think, and I've made a note, it's in front of me, to look at adding, not just, we have a sleep class that deals with the pineal and the adrenals, but to actually address sleep issues related to how to protect yourself with spiritual interferences and things like that. But I think the one thing I would do is immediately I would ground myself when that happens. I would imagine pulling my spirit back in my body, and I would do some pumping just to clear anything that was there. Inevitably, it's it's a spiritual interference probably blocking, let's see, your human spirit access portal in the back of your head. So I probably do some pumping there. Yeah, it looks like maybe a zeta, a reptilian, and some seed anchor. Definitely, a human spirit access portal is in the back of your head, 1 inch above where the spine meets the skull. That's what it looks like, and that's what I would do. Okay, and then Catherine, hello, and then of course, Alani, take the spiritual interference classes. So freedom from spiritual parasites and pests, and advanced anchors and all that. That'll give you a lot of information. And this sleep class I'm going to be adding, I think that'd be good. I feel energy. I have a lot of physical and mental and emotional, spiritual energy. Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. Hi, Monica. And Ilani, I've been pulled to do some exercises, but I hit exercises, but I'll have a lot of fear that I will push myself too far and will end up with adrenal fatigue. Can you help me clear this? I want to feel strong and unstoppable, but I now feel like I'm really fragile. And you know, I don't think that that's how you start. You don't start with a hard. You start with 10 minutes of something and then move to 20 minutes or 15 minutes of something. You don't start with the hard. Like I wouldn't go into a P90X, Power 90 Extreme training, even though I've done them in my life with a new baby and with not doing lots of exercise. I mean, I'm up and down and up and down and running up and down the stairs and lifting her over my head many times. So I'm getting some exercise, but I wouldn't think that my body would be body ready. So what I would imagine doing is doing a lighter routine and then doing something slightly harder and then something slightly harder. So I think I would pace myself in. But we are clearing that you can enjoy healthy exercise and activity today. So that is what we're doing today on the clearing. You'll notice that that's part of the clearing. So so if anybody thought, oh, I need to just really go for it and go really hard, I think that that's how people really get discouraged and fall off their program. I think titrating, gently moving into something is better so that you can sustain it. Sweetie pie. Do you want to say hi to everybody? All our friends are here on live stream. You want to say hi? Hi, everybody. Can you say hi to everybody? Big girl. Just getting up from your nap. Yeah, you can say hi. You want to pump with people? Hi. Adelia's in her yoga outfit. We're going to go for a walk after class today, so she's all ready to go. She's over 14 pounds now, big girl. I was thinking, and I probably have stated this, she gains a half a pound a week and I gain lose a half a pound a week. I'd be very, very happy with that. That's fine for me. My weight isn't in a crisis, and I'd much rather lose it slowly so that I can keep it off. I think that for me, when I've done it slowly, when I've done it dramatically and I've lost a whole bunch quickly, I tend to go back up. And I think losing more slowly, pacing, finding a rhythm, making sure that I'm eating foods that are foods I enjoy, so that I'm not feeling deprived at all. Exercising in a way that my body feels happy, that my joints aren't freaked out or my muscles aren't so freaked out. You can take muscle recovery things to help with muscle recovery. And you can take homeopaths if your joints swell a little bit, or you could wrap them, so you make sure that you're respecting them while you're having your journey. But the whole idea of this Lighten Up program is to fall in love with yourself and to really be happy with your lifestyle and be happy with the food that you eat, so that's part of the thing. I think that making a permanent change, something that works ongoingly long term. What are you saying? Are you saying you pretty girl? Are you seeing Mama? Yeah, all our friends are behind the screen. We just can't see them. Okay. Thyroid and liver activation today. Good. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, we will. Actually, I can get that started for you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for reminding me. I knew there was something. I thought, like, what is it? What is it? So that's good. Okay, could ghosts be responsible for my overeating or simply lack of discipline? B, ghosts. That's not true. It doesn't read as true, B, so I don't think so. Lack of discipline. I think lack of discipline might be the issue. Yeah, so you want to clear that. We talked about this, and I don't want to go into a long conversation because we'll need to be working on liver and thyroid regeneration today. But we did talk about that yesterday for quite a while in the Accelerate Wealth course about discipline and structure, and how we need some discipline and structure to be able to be successful in anything. And we do a lot of removing domination, suppression, and control. And I was looking at Adalia has a lot of energy. She is a go girl. She's probably an athlete, but she just has a whole lot of energy. And sometimes at night, if she hasn't really had enough time in her play gym, she's up kicking and fussing and hitting, and I have put her in the bassinet. If I can't get her to calm down, I put her in the bassinet right next to the bed, and then she screams, and she did for 2 hours and 5 minutes one night. I thought, oh my gosh, this is just crazy, but I didn't want her to hurt anything, and the bassinet's kind of like a cradle that has her kind of snug. And she'd had some pretty big scream outs, and I thought, well, I wonder what it would be, and I just tried it, which is I'll just hold on to her, I'll hold her arms down so she can't hit. I'll just hold her snug like that, which we did. I held her snug in the bed. And then I said to her, Mommy loves you. Everything's going to be fine. And she was screaming. And it was so interesting because the thing that she'd do where she'd wind herself up and scream for 2 hours, she screamed for about 7 or 8 minutes, and then she started calming down, and it was a kind of a cry. And then after a couple minutes, it was a whimper. And then her body just relaxed, and she just fell into this love hug with me. Like she just had to scream it out, but she needed the structure. She needed someone to be in charge for her so that she didn't go on for hours and hours. And what I realized is I'm raising her without the domination suppression, but that I tested that she's going to need about 15% control energy for a while. She's going to need me to help her figure out how to use all of that energy that she has, and that is a blessing for her if I can, put some control in her space. Yes, it's a big blessing. So then she can actually get a good night's sleep, and I can sleep better, and nobody's crabby, and she hasn't cried for 2 hours and gone beside herself. So we were talking about how, playing in the wealth field, a lot of people who are in our spiritual groups are people who have, said, I don't like authority. I don't want to be dominated, suppressed, or controlled. So I'm striking out on my own. But without the discipline, without the follow through to be great, like be a leader or to be have wealth, really deep wealth, you would need to have discipline and structure so that you could interact with other people, who are playing the same game. And that's the game of the planet right now. Everything is built into structures. And the same with being able to, if you're defiant, so if you're defying even yourself, I'm just going to do what, like free floating, you might be feeling yourself kind of out of control, like little Adalia, who was, you know, crying for 2 hours and 5 minutes, kind of screaming, "Mommy, I'm mad, I'm mad," when you really need to just kind of get in charge of that rather than letting it go on and on, is gift yourself that 15% control, hold on to yourself and follow through. And what I've noticed is if you can start just a little, if you can just do a little bit of discipline, just say, I'm willing to, you know, walk around the block before I have a cookie, you know. A lot of times you walk around the block and you don't want the cookie anymore because you don't want to defeat what you've just done. You've just put in, you know, some good exercise, and you'd like it to burn off the calories, not add more calories. And so that's sometimes what happens. So if you can, you know, find little ways to sneak it in, just like with me and the sugar, I was really doing sugar and caffeine with not enough sleep. I was going to fast energy, and it was real easy for me to switch. I had dried mangoes in the container, and I had dates and figs and apricots, and I just went to dried fruit. And then there was a point where, you know, it's like about a week of weaning off the sugar with dried fruit, and then it's kind of like, oh, maybe I have a piece or two of dried fruit a day. I'm not going for it, you know, like it's not something that I'm craving anymore. So I think some of that is just giving yourself permission to have discipline and structure in your life, and then finding ways to do it gently enough that it doesn't feel like something is, you know, like you're being deprived somehow. And you might want to look at what you're fighting against if you don't have discipline. So it might have been your parents or the school authority or the church or something like that. So you want to kind of let go of that. You're grown up now. You don't really need to be fighting against something. You can clear that. You can pump that clear. Are you making noise, silly girl? You're making noise, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay. No, Rosa, the arthritis reversal diet is you just look up Gerson, Gerson diet. There's books on Amazon. So that would be the Gerson diet. There's a Gerson diet for arthritis. There's one for cancer. Those have been around for, I don't know, 80 years or something. They've been around a long time. Yeah, I'll put the clearing in the chat box too. I'll do that right now. Thank you for asking. Okay, so here's the main part of the clearing, and then here's all the stuff that's related to it. Okay, very good. Let's see. Irina, my weight is stable and I eat healthier. However, for a while now, I have an issue with hair loss. I do your eyes and hair meditation daily, but hair loss continues. Could you please check why? It's usually in the DNA, Irina. Let's see if it is DNA. Yeah, I'd clear the DNA. That's one of the factors at least. And Jan, are you doing the thyroid and liver? Is a yes. Loving the meditations. I am so excited for loose skin to tighten. I do have the balance with food and exercise vibrant in so many ways. Loving my loose skin, and keep saying loose skin is not me. At the age I've always been very active. Beautiful. And I would say, I would just say I'm so grateful for my beautiful youthful skin. And I would just, you know, anything that shows up other than that is not me. I would actually, you know, even start affirming your beautiful youthful skin. I think, you know, before I answer a lot more questions, I think we better also just take a look at getting the regeneration on the thyroid and liver going. So let's see here. Oh my goodness, little one. What are we doing here? Okay, so let's see. Okay, what I'm testing here is that we're 70% on this clearing. I'll do a blast. I think I can blast and get us clear in 6 minutes. And then we'll open up last week's slides for the liver and thyroid regeneration, and we'll do the last 20 minutes of the class with the liver and thyroid. To do the blast, I'm going to just really focus on blasting. I'm not going to be answering questions on your sleep issues or something else. I'm just going to stay with, just really stay with the clearing for today. But I welcome questions. You know, I just, if we're going to get it all done, you need me to blast. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Oops, sorry. Colleen Madonna, that's a no. We're not going to be reading people's liver and thyroid before we work on them. So that's Christy. Yeah, I agree, B. More balance sounds great. And I think it's giving yourself permission to move back into discipline, you know, without, not crazy, out of control, like, you know, forcing yourself to do something, you know, enjoyable discipline, things that you love. Disciplining yourself to make music, to take walks in nature that you love, things that, you know, I think we're clearing, being able to really love eating healthy, well-balanced meals, enjoying fun and toning exercises with grace and ease. So when we're looking at it, we're looking at also reframing everything. Okay, sweetie. Okay. I know. I know. I know. You're a good girl. No. You know, Tootsies are cold. How come your Tootsies are cold? Yeah, for Colleen Madonna, no, but I do see that 3 people on the call do have walk-ins. So if we have time after the liver thyroid regeneration, if there's time at the very end or just after the class, I'll remove those 3 walk-ins too. So we'll go for it. We'll try and get everything in, because we like getting everything in. By the way, if you experience January as a tough month, Trinity, it's not in your body. That's why I'm testing no, but you do have one in your aura. Yes, that's correct, Trinity. Okay, 97%. We're just about there. Just about there. Let me pull up file. Been recent. Let's see. Do we have that one? Beautiful. Beautiful too. No. Okay, so we just opened it here. We're just going to open up the other one. With the little fussy girl in my arms. Honey, okay. What do you want? Do you want to play? Which one? You want to play with the birds? Okay, we'll play with the birds. Here you go. Here we go, big girl. Here we go. There. You can play with the birds and bunnies. Okay? Okay, beautiful. Oh, January was a particularly low frequency month. It was very low on the vibratory scale. So we're coming into February. It's going to be so high. It's going to be one of the highest vibrations of the year. So it's going to be a really fun month. I recommend that you get into all the love programs that we're offering if you can, because it's going to be a really great time to amplify those higher frequencies. Okay, so we're going to move from the clearing to regeneration now, and let's get that going here. Let's see, this one. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be doing the thyroid and liver, and we'll be working with the stem cells, and that's actually what they look like. And the best pump is the quantum pump. So everybody do the quantum pump. Yeah, I'm assuming some of you didn't get on the call. We didn't have a lot of people in our Quantum State of the Union address. If you have a chance, watch it. It's up on the website under free programs. But here's a quick look at some of the things that, oops, this looks like it got bigger. It grew when it was sitting in storage. There we go. So, you know, we did that earth healing, and it was 96% cursed in 2016. It's only 30% cursed, a 66% improvement. And that means that we had probably cleared it to zero, which is what we did. And some of that came back. 30% healthy, the earth in 2016, now 60% in 2017. So the earth is improving. And we can certainly see it here because the drought is over. We're having a lot of rain, and the weather is getting much better. Surrounding atmosphere, 18%, 2016, 20% in 2017. So when we do Earth Day, we'll be working on atmosphere. Core of the earth is 60% healthy. in 2016, 63% in 2017. Negative impact of humanity on Earth in 2016 was 98%. Negative impact on humanity in 2017 is 100%. So on some level, much of humanity is still having a very negative impact. The positive impact of humanity on the Earth, 6% in 2016 and 14% in 2017, meaning, people, groups like us did actually work to improve the Earth and have a positive impact. Let's see. Okay, so January was 70, very low frequency. February is 208, highest with the exception of September. May, September, and February all over 200. Now that doesn't look so great in the scale of what those, 200. What is that? 200 is courage and neutrality. On the other hand, though, if you look down here, January was set at grief. So that's just what I'm saying is to look forward to. We're going to have a nice month of coming up in February. And that is actually why we set up so many things around love, because the overall frequency and energy of the Earth and of the humans who live in the Earth, rather, will be higher. And so it's a great time to be jumping into the love programs. And then we'll go back to, let's see, so we're doing the regeneration, everybody's quantum pumping. And I'll just show you quickly what we have coming up, because I don't know if all of you know, I heard all the requests everybody was making for, can you add this class and that class? So in the last few weeks, we've added karma clearing as a 4-part class. We've added inner and outer vision. That's in March. That's a brand new class that you guys asked for. Erasing female infections was a class you guys asked for. It's a brand new class. So those are new things coming up. Sexy or Me, healing the orgasm for women. Unlimited love. Instead of doing it on the 14th, like we usually do on Valentine's Day, we're going to do it beforehand. We're going to get you guys started on February 4th with a big love clearing. And as you can see, 7 stages of love: karma clearing, Sexy or Me, erasing female inflections, but bladder, I am loved, vision, see clearly. Those are all coming up. Unlimited love and good digestion are the classes that we have in February. So we're really very much focused on getting you guys really your frequency higher. When your frequency is in the love vibration, regeneration happens faster, clearings happen faster. So I'm a woman on a mission. All right. Colleen, I'd like you to just stay with the pump. It's not going to harm anything, but it's not what you were instructed to do. So if it's switching, it may be a spiritual, like a guide or something, taking over your hand. So I'd love for you to just stay disciplined and stay with what the assignment was. Laura, I'm still terrified of losing the weight and being healthy weight, but I can't find the anchor. Can you find the anchor of terror, for terror? Well, terror could be the anchor. Emotion of terror.
What's going on down here, sweetie? You're taking your socks off? Your feet are cold already. Why are you taking your socks off, honey? You're being so silly. Now your fingers are cold because your socks are cold. Your feet are cold. You silly girl. Come on. Come up. Come on. Big up. Big up. All the way up. Oops. All the way up. Don't go down there.
Okay. Okay. Everybody's still pumping for regeneration. Come on, let's get that sock back on. Oh, yeah. Okay. The liver is about 70 days. Thyroid too. So, but we'll test at the end. You guys always ask questions before we're actually through. That's good. You're excited. I know it. Okay. Terrified. You know, I just it's a hard one to think about, that you're terrified to lose weight. So I'm thinking that there's something that you're terrified about that isn't about losing weight, but it's about being in a beautiful body. And that would be, you know, like, are you worried about being sexually assaulted, or are you worried about someone expecting something of you that you can't give them? Or, you know, like, I think that, you know, you have to look at what is it, not terror, because I don't think it's, I don't think that's your answer. So if you could break that down a little bit, I think that you'd find your answer. Because it's probably, terror might be the emotion, but what's the emotion related to? So when you think about being slim and sexy and beautiful, what's collapsed on top of that that's terrifying? In the stillness, in the quiet, in the open heart, there I am essence, I am breath, I am light of God, I am in the stillness, in the quiet, in the open heart, there I am essence, I am breath, I am light of God, I am. So it always helps to chant and to sing when you're doing both clearings and regeneration. Makes things go faster. Yeah, it's nice. Also sometimes stops fussy babies. Gather your children, oh mommies, today, and bind them close to you, and love them, I pray, and give them your time, your heart, and your ways, singing, oh, Bonnie mommies, I love you this way, singing, oh, Bonnie mommies, I love you this way. Give them the confidence, the tear and the play. Talk to them daily about their new world, and share with them light from the mystical plains, singing, oh, Bonnie mommies, I love you this way, singing, oh, Bonnie mommies, I love you this way. I love you this way. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, everybody just keep pumping. Just keep pumping. There we go. Okay, Laura, that makes perfect sense on what you're worried about. And so then you uncollapse that, the sexual assault with looking beautiful or youthful, and you start, yeah, and you start really having a full ownership of yourself, you know, where you're in charge. You're in charge of your body and your life. Oh, 3 or more meditations a day, and I am in so much gratitude. Oh, fantastic, Colleen. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. I think that, you know, we gave you the 5-minute ones that you can kind of use as little tune-ups during the day. You've got one that you can start the day with. You've got one that you can end the day with. So you've got a lot of choices. And then if you're in other programs, I mean, I've recorded in the sound studio 187 meditations. So there's something for everything and something for everyone. So, and they really, really do make a change. They really do help. I love listening to my own meditations. So they really help me too. Okay, let's see where we're at with our okay, let's see. So on the regeneration of the liver, 99% on the regeneration of the thyroid, 99%. Okay, so we're right there. And then let's see, on the walk-ins, 3 walk-ins. 0 walk-ins right now, and on ghosts, 2 ghosts. Okay, so the walk-ins did get cleared while I was doing the blasting a few minutes ago before we started on the regeneration. So no one has a walk-in right now. I do see a couple ghosts, and we'll blast them out right now too. So just coming up to the completion of the regeneration. Yes, and you had so much to say today, didn't you? You did. You had so much to say. Yes, you did. You had so much to talk about. Yes. You're such a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes. No, I don't think so, Colleen. Okay, so let's take a look again. So let's see, we're 99% on the liver. 100 on the thyroid. Okay, so 99 on the liver, 100 on the thyroid. Oopsie. Baby goo. Baby goo. Yeah, baby goo. All right, my dears. Let's see. Okay, both of them have gone to 100%, liver and thyroid. Liver will be regenerating 92 days, the liver will be regenerating. And the thyroid, 83 days. Very good. So that's wonderful. And I'm thinking most of you did have an opportunity also to use the Happy Hormones meditation. If you haven't, use that too. That's the regenerating the whole endocrine system using meditation. Of course, this is a more direct route with the quantum clearings in the quantum pump. So, but use the Happy Hormones meditation too. Very good. And one of the things, if you're having a PMS day or a day where you're a little discouraged, I just suggest every couple hours using one of the little 5-minute meditations that we gave you to keep you on track and just give you a little infusion of quantum bliss while you're going through your day. And just know how much you're loved and cared for, and that wherever you are in this moment is perfect. It's exactly where you need to be in this moment in time. And that things will change and you will grow and things will become different, and maybe in your mind it'll be better. But just know that you're perfect the way you are today, and that nothing needs to change, and that you are just loved for who you are. And that as things change, you step into more power and authority. Because when you live in a body that's designed by you and expresses well the inner you to the outer you, that's when you're really experiencing both that full body ownership and that love balance, that self-love that we all are moving towards. So I'm so proud of each one of you for the steps that you're taking. Remember to be gentle with yourself and practice discipline and structure this week. And we'll see you real soon. I love you. We'll be on for a few minutes in the chat box. And my little chatty girl, since she can't type, she decided she'd chat the whole time. So we love you. We'll end with a blessing. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamesoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmaham Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. May the entire world, and especially your life, be filled with peace. Tatastu, so be it. We love you. Bye-bye for now. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. We love you.